guys, welcome to another video of MADIMAM. The topic of this video is the use of present perfect simple. For using present perfect simple, we need to remember and we need to learn the verb in past participle. For example, for regular verbs, we just need to add the regular ed. For example, with walk, with cook, with talk. And we know that the verb in past and the verb in past participle is the same. But we need to memorize all the verbs that are irregular so that if we are going to use an irregular verb, we know a specific verb we need to use here. For using present perfect simple, we have the auxiliary has and have. Has for singular and have for plural. Remember, it's very different to have the verb have than to have the auxiliary have or has. For example, if we're going to make a sentence using has for a singular, we could say she started the homework. Okay, so very important that when we are using present perfect and with most of the usual tenses, we need to use a contraction here. Okay, we need the contraction, otherwise it would sound weird. We use it all the time. We could use it, we can make the sentence without the contraction, but usually we try to use it. So we say, she started the homework. She has started the homework. And when we are using it in a negative way, we need to use also the contraction, like in here. For example, we can say, they haven't slept well. In this case, we're using haven't because we have the plural they, and then we use the verb in past participle. And again, we're using here a contraction. We could say have not, but the common way in which people talk is to say they haven't slept. Remember, the verb needs to be in past participle, not in simple past participle. The last one to use, if we are going to make a question, we need to use the auxiliary first. So for example, I say, have you read the book? In this case, we use the auxiliary at the beginning. We have you, so we need to use have, and then we use the verb in past participle. Remember the question mark, have you read the book? Now, we need to know when we can use present perfect simple. And a use of present perfect simple would be to talk about a time period not finished. For example, I'm talking about today, this morning, I can say that I have written my plan for today. Yes, I'm using have because it's I, and I have the past participle of the verb write, and I'm talking about a plan for today. So today hasn't finished, it's in the present, and it's a period of time here. So since it's not finished, and it's a situation that it's happening for a period of time, that it's not finished, it's not right now, then I can say in present perfect, I have written my plan for today. A clue on how to know when we can use present perfect is that we can use the word yet. In this moment, for example, in this sentence, I have written my plan for today. The day is today. It's the same day and the time hasn't finished. So I can say yet. I can add the word yet to make a sentence using the same tense. For example, I haven't finished yet. In this case, again, I use have because I have I haven't finished, and I'm saying yet. I'm using yet because I'm showing that the moment, the period of time I'm discussing is not finished. It's today, so it's yet. Another use of present perfect simple is to show something started in the past. So in this case, let's say that for next week you have to do some homework or you have to do a paper, and you talk about the past and you say she had collected information. In the past, she started, so it's not right now in the present, it's in the past. So in this case, we're using the has because it's singular, and we have the verb in past participle, she has collected information. And we know that this started in the past, but we don't know exactly when. In a moment in the past, we don't know the day, the date, or the hour, anything. We just know it started in the past. And one of the last uses of present perfect simple is to link the past with the present. So, for example, let's say I have an exam today, and in this case, the exam is right now, it's in the present. But for the exam, I prepared, I studied, so I have read all the books. So in this case, I'm talking about the past because I'm using present perfect, and this section started in the past. I have read all the books, but it's linking it with the present. Right now, I have the exam. I have an exam, and I have read all the books for this exam. Another use or another example how we can use the present perfect simple linking the past with the present is, for example, I have an exam today, I have read all the books, it started in the past, and it's the present, and during this time, in this case, for example, let's say I started a month ago, so I say I have studied for a month. In this case, I'm using the past, I'm using have and the past participle, but the important part here is that I'm talking about for. So I'm saying for a month. This time, this is a month. So I've been studying for a month. Another way we can say that it's, for example, right now we're in July, but I can talk that I started in June. So I say I've studied since June. And in this case, I'm using again past participle, but I'm stating exactly when this started. So I can say I have studied in this moment since June. For using present perfect simple, it's very common to use for and since. We have a video on how to use for and when we can use since, but if you have any questions, just watch that video. Now, right now, just really quick, we're going to see the difference between the use of present perfect and past simple. Because with past, we know that the moment it happens, it's in a specific moment. So we can say exactly it was yesterday. It's in a specific moment. But with present perfect, it could be just a simple period of time, but it's in the past. But the important thing about present perfect is that the past, and it's linked to the present. It has a link. Past simple only talks about the past. Present perfect makes a link between past and present. In present perfect, we can use the different time expressions to show that it's present perfect. For example, recently, just, yet. And with past simple, we can talk about the time expressions using last month, yesterday. And if you have any questions about the use of present perfect, just leave it in the comments and we will try to answer it. Remember, watch the video for the time expressions of the difference between since and for. And if you have any other questions or any other topic that you would like for us to discuss, leave it in the comments. Don't forget to follow us on social media or subscribe to the channel.